Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Power Distribution System online classes. This is lecture number 8. Contents of our today's lecture are: today we will continue our discussion regarding unsymmetrical faults, and in our last lecture we have discussed single line to ground fault, and today we discuss line to line and double line to ground faults. As we have seen in our last lecture that in order to perform the short circuit analysis in case of unsymmetrical fault, we are after the calculation of sequence component of fault current. Once we had the sequence component of fault current, we can calculate the fault current in phasor form and during fault voltage in sequence as well as in phasor form, current contribution in sequence and phasor form. As our system is unbalanced, so we cannot directly calculate the phasor currents. So that's why first we find out the sequence components, and then by using sequence components we can find the phasor form of our currents and voltages. In the same way, here in case of line to line fault and double line to ground fault, we will develop their sequence equivalent circuits, and with the help of those sequence equivalent circuit we will write the expression to calculate the sequence component of fault current. Let's start from the line to line faults in our system. Line to line faults are also known as phase to phase faults, in which two phases of a three-phase system get short circuited with each other. In this diagram, a line to line fault can be seen on a three-phase system. We have considered bus K. At this bus K, we can see in between phase B and C, we had a short circuit through an impedance ZF. In last lecture, we have discussed that in three-phase system, this assignment of name of phases A, B, C is arbitrary. So it means this line to line fault between B and C, its results can be used if short circuit occurs between A and B, or if it will occur between C and A. Now the procedure to develop the sequence equivalent circuit for a line to line fault will be: first, from this diagram we write the equations in phasor form to describe the characteristics of this line to line fault. After that, we write the equations for the line to line fault in terms of the sequence component of currents and voltages, and then see how we can connect the three symmetrical networks or their Thevenin equivalent with each other in case of a line to line fault. From the diagram we can see for a line to line fault, IFA is equal to 0, as there is no fault in phase A, so that's why this current is 0. And further, if we look at the phase B and C, we can see here fault current, which is known as IF, is equal to phase B current. In case of single line to ground fault current was phase A current. In case of line to line fault current is phase B current, which is equal to minus phase C current. And if I write the characteristic equation in terms of voltages, we can see over here the voltage difference of phase B and phase C is equal to the voltage drop across this impedance due to current IFB, ZF into IF, or we can write it as ZF into IFB. These two equations in terms of current and in terms of phasor voltages are the characteristic equation for a line to line fault in a three-phase system. Now by using these phasor equations, we will find out the sequence component of fault current as well as sequence component of voltages. The three sequence component of fault current at the fault equal to matrix A inverse into three phasor currents. So by considering the phasor characteristics of this fault, phase A current will be 0, phase B current will be IFB, and phase C current will be minus IFB. Here we can see the phase B is equal to minus of phase C current, so we can write it as phase C is equal to minus IFB. So now from these three set of equations or this matrix equation, we can write the value of these three sequence component of fault current. So from here we can see the zero sequence fault current, IF as zero sequence, will be equal to 0, as we add these three currents 1 by 3 into sum of these three current will be equal to 0. So this is another characteristic of a line to line fault in terms of sequence component. As there is no zero sequence current, there will be no zero sequence voltage, or we can say in short that zero sequence network is not involved in the calculation of line to line fault current. Further, from here we can see the positive sequence fault current is equal to minus IF a negative sequence, and that is equal to 1 by 3 A minus A square IFB. this is the value of positive sequence and minus IF a negative sequence. And we know that this IFB according to our definition of fault current is equal to IF. So we can also write it as IF a positive sequence is equal to minus IF a negative sequence, that is equal to 1 by 3 a minus a square into IF. So this equation will help us to find out the fault current as well. So we can write the fault current as IF in case of a line to line fault will be equal to 3 by a minus a square into IF a positive sequence. Now here these two equations, that IF a zero sequence is equal to 0 and IF a positive sequence is equal to minus IF a negative sequence. These two currents are equal in magnitude but flowing in opposite direction. Next, we are going to establish the relationship between the sequence component of voltages. The phasor voltage characteristic equation, that the difference between phase B and phase C voltage at bus K is equal to voltage drop across fault impedance due to fault current ZF into IFB. Now here if we resolve the quantities on the right and left side of this equation into their sequence components, starting from this left side, VKB minus VKC is equal to the 3 sequence component of VKB, and we have already seen that in case of a line to line fault, zero sequence circuit is not involved. As zero sequence current is 0, so zero sequence voltage will also be 0. So no need to write the zero sequence voltage. So here I am going to write only the positive and negative sequence component of this voltage VKB. So VKB positive sequence will be a square time VK positive sequence plus negative sequence will be a times VK negative sequence. So these are the two sequence component of phase B, positive sequence and negative sequence, minus similarly two sequence component of VKC, that will be a times VK positive sequence plus a square times VK negative sequence. So now on the right side of this equation, if we combine the similar sequence component together, it will become a square minus a into VK positive sequence plus a minus a square into VKA negative sequence. So that will be equal to, if we take here in this a square minus a and a minus a square, if we take the minus 1 common from here, this expression will also become a square minus a. So we can write it as a square minus a into VK positive sequence minus VK negative sequence. Now we can write the final result of VKB minus VKC as it is equal to a square minus a into VK positive sequence minus VK negative sequence. Now this equation ZF into IFB, if we substitute the value of IFB in terms of its sequence component, that will become zero sequence component of this IFB will be 0, as we have already seen that zero sequence is not involved in line to line fault. So positive sequence will be a square times IFA positive sequence plus a times IFA negative sequence. So now here in this equation, if we write the value of IFA negative sequence in terms of IFA positive sequence from the current equation, here IFA positive sequence is equal to minus IFA negative sequence. It means IFA negative sequence is equal to minus IFA positive. Let's substitute this value over there. Now equating these two equations, we can write it as a square minus a into positive minus negative sequence voltage is equal to ZF into a square minus a into IFA positive sequence. This can be simplified to this relationship VK positive sequence minus VK negative sequence is equal to ZF into IFA positive sequence. Here we had the characteristic equation of a line to line fault in terms of the sequence component of voltages. Now this voltage equation and this current equations, these equations can be used to connect the Thevenin equivalent circuit of positive sequence, negative sequence, zero sequence network together in order to satisfy the characteristics of line to line faults in terms of their sequence components. This is Thevenin equivalent circuit of positive sequence network between bus K and reference, where we can see this is the pre-fault voltage at bus K Here we have positive sequence Thevenin impedance of bus K and with respect to reference. This is the current which is coming out of the faulty bus K in positive sequence network, and here we have the voltage at bus K in positive sequence network. Similarly, the negative sequence network. This is the Thevenin equivalent of negative sequence network at bus K and reference. Now we are going to connect these two circuits with each other. I haven't drawn the zero sequence because zero sequence current and voltage both are zero. So zero sequence is not involved in line to line fault. No need to draw that zero sequence over here. Now how to connect these two circuits with each other in order to satisfy these two equations? The current characteristic equation in terms of sequence component and voltage characteristic equation in terms of sequence component. So if we look at the current characteristic equation, we can see here the positive sequence is equal to minus IFA negative sequence. If we look here, this is the positive sequence current and here we have negative sequence current. In order to satisfy this condition, we will have to connect these two sequence circuits in parallel. So K point is connected with the K bus and reference with the reference. In that way, these two currents will be directed opposite to each other. So if I redraw this thing, it will become, here is the connection of positive sequence and negative sequence circuits with each other in order to satisfy this current equation. We can see here now by connection of these two sequence circuits with each other, we have satisfied that IFA positive sequence now is same as minus IFA negative sequence. So first equation has been satisfied. Now let's see the next equation, the voltage characteristic equation in terms of sequence components. So this equation suggests that the difference of Vk positive sequence and negative sequence should be equal to this voltage drop. But if we look at this circuit, the positive sequence and negative sequence both are equal. Their difference is 0. So here we can see it is not satisfying the sequence voltage characteristic equation because difference is over here is 0, but according to the characteristic it must be equal to this voltage drop ZF into IFA positive sequence. It means we will have to insert an impedance between K of positive sequence and this K of negative sequence equal to ZF. When this current IF positive sequence will pass through that, it will produce this voltage drop. So that modification will be insertion of an impedance, and here we can see the voltage drop across this impedance is IFA positive sequence into ZF. Now it is satisfied. Difference of Vk positive sequence and Vk negative sequence now equal to this voltage drop. So this circuit is known as Thevenin sequence equivalent circuit of a line to line fault, or we can say it is a sequence equivalent circuit of a line to line fault. Next is how to calculate this IFA positive sequence and IFA negative sequence, because we need these two sequence component current in order to determine the fault current and all other voltages and current that are required in fault analysis. So from this circuit we can write that equation. IFA positive sequence is equal to minus IFA negative sequence. That is equal to, from this equation, the pre-fault voltage Vf divided by total impedance in this one loop circuit. We can write it as ZKK positive sequence plus ZKK negative sequence plus ZF, the fault impedance. So in this equation, we know the value of this Vf, pre-fault voltage. We had this value of ZKK positive sequence and ZKK negative sequence from their respective sequence impedance matrix Z bus. So ZF will also be given to us. It means all these values are given to us, are known to us. So we can calculate the two sequence component of fault current from here, and one is already known to us, this zero sequence. Zero sequence is 0. Now we had the three sequence component of fault current. Next step will be calculate the fault current. Fault current will be equal to, in case of a line to line fault current is equal to phase B fault current. That is equal to A square minus A into IFA positive sequence. Since IFB is equal to A square times IFA positive sequence plus A times IFA negative sequence, and for this particular fault, line to line fault, IFA positive sequence is equal to minus IFA negative sequence. So I had substituted these two values here to find out the fault current IFB. Another formula that I have mentioned with you to calculate the fault current was IF is equal to 3 by A minus A square into IF a positive sequence. Remember, these two terms are equal. A square minus A is equal to 3 by A minus A square. I have developed this equation from this relationship, and here this relationship I have just shown you how we can get it. So if I solve this A square minus A, we can write it as I fault current is equal to minus J under root 3 times IF a positive sequence. To verify this thing, you can put A square minus A in calculator. The result will be minus J under root 3. Now we had a formula to calculate the 3 sequence component of fault current. Those 3 sequence component of fault current can be used to calculate the fault current, the sequence voltage on any bus, the during fault sequence contribution of fault current towards the faulty bus, contribution from generator can be calculated. So the important thing was the calculation of these 3 sequence component. 2 are available here and 1 is already known to us. Now we can see an example and see how we can use these equations and formulas to calculate short circuit fault current in case of a line-to-line fault. In this example, positive sequence and negative sequence Z-bus of a 4-bus system is given as shown over here. Statement of the question is, find line-to-line fault current if fault occurs at bus number 3. Further assume that system is unloaded before the fault and bus 3 voltage is 1.02 per unit. System voltage at bus number 3 in kilovolt is 220 kilovolt. So now here we proceed by first developing sequence equivalent circuit of a line-to-line fault at bus number 3. Here we have Thevenin sequence equivalent circuit of a line-to-line fault at bus number 3 for this system. Vf pre-fault voltage is given as 1.02 per unit. Z Thevenin, as fault has occurred at bus number 3, this is the Z Thevenin, Z33, J 0.1581, and similarly negative sequence is equal to positive sequence, that will also be J 0.1581. As in the statement of the question, it is not mentioned how much is the fault impedance, so we will assume that fault impedance is 0, mean that is a bolted fault. So that's why I have connected bus number 3 in positive sequence and bus number 3 in negative sequence directly with each other. So this current will be IF as positive sequence, and here this current is IF a negative sequence. This potential will be phase A potential at bus number 3 positive sequence, phase A potential at bus number 3 negative sequence. Both are equal in case of bolted fault. Now first step in unsymmetrical fault analysis will be the calculation of symmetrical component of fault current. So here we can use the formula IF a positive sequence is equal to IF a negative sequence, that is equal to Vf divided by the total impedance of the loop, and that current is equal to minus J 3.2258 per unit. So now by calculating this positive sequence and negative sequence component of fault current, we had calculated all the 3 components. 0 is already known to us, that is 0. Positive and negative can be calculated from here, this is positive. If we remove this minus sign, that will become J 3.2258 per unit, that will become negative sequence. So next step is calculation of fault current. According to definition, fault current in case of a line-to-line fault will be fault current in phase B. So that is by definition equal to fault current, and that is equal to, if I write the direct formula, minus J under root 3 time IF a positive sequence. So here we can multiply this result to get the value of current, minus 5.5872 per unit. So here we have fault current, this was the sequence component of fault current. So as we can see in the provided data, we know the value of voltage at that bus, that is 220 kilovolt. Although the system MVA base is not given, and we can assume that equal to 100 MVA. So it means data is available to calculate I base. So we will convert this current into amperes. I base current will be equal to 100,000 divided by under root 3 into voltage 220 kilovolt. So we write only 220. So that will be equal to 262.43 ampere. So fault current in ampere will be equal to 1466.26 ampere. This is the fault current in amperes. Now if the voltage on any bus during the fault is required, we had the three sequence component of the fault current. I0 sequence is 0, I positive and negative are given here. Positive is equal to minus J 3.2258 and negative will be J 3.2258. So these three sequence components can be used to find out the sequence component of voltage on any bus. Once we have the sequence component of voltage, we can find out the phasor value of the voltages. If only the Z bus is given, the voltage and current that we can calculate include the fault current, sequence component of fault current, sequence component of voltage on any bus, and the phasor value of voltage on any bus. Now we will discuss double line to ground fault. Here is the double line to ground fault on bus K of any system. We can see here the phase B and C are first connected with each other and then it is connected to ground through an impedance ZF. Current which is flowing into the fault is IFB plus IFC. So sum of phase B and phase C current is known as fault current in case of double line to ground fault. So procedure will be same. First we write the characteristics of double line to ground fault in terms of phasor currents and phasor voltages. Then we convert these characteristics in terms of sequence currents and sequence voltages. So these sequence current and sequence voltage characteristic equation will help us to develop a sequence equivalent circuit of double line to ground fault. And then we can write the formulas to calculate the sequence component of fault current and onward. So let's see what are the characteristics of double line to ground fault in terms of phasor currents and phasor voltages. First thing, as fault is in phase B and C, so phase A fault current will be equal to 0. Again I am mentioning over here these three identifiers for phase A, phase B and phase C are arbitrary. Any phase can be called A, B, C. So it means the results that we have derived over here are also applicable on phase AB or phase AC short circuit. Further we can see phase B and phase C are connected with each other and then connected to ground. So this short circuit between B and C will make the potential of phase B and phase C equal. So we can write it as phase B voltage at bus K and phase C voltage at bus K are equal, and that is equal to voltage drop across this impedance due to this current IFB plus IFC. So here we had two characteristic equation of a double line to ground fault in terms of phasor currents and phasor voltages. Now by using these two characteristic equations, we will develop the characteristic equation of double line to ground fault in terms of the sequence currents and sequence voltages. So from this first equation, IFA is equal to 0. It means the three sequence component of fault current, their sum will be equal to 0. We can write it as IFA 0 sequence plus IFA positive sequence plus IFA negative sequence is equal to 0. Mean the sum of three sequence component current will be equal to 0. Further, if we write the matrix equation to convert the phasor currents into the sequence component of the current, we can see here the three sequence component of the fault current is equal to matrix A inverse into the phasor current vector, where current IA is equal to 0, IFB and IFC are given over here. So from this matrix equation we can write it as IFA 0 sequence is equal to 1 by 3 the sum of these three currents IFB plus IFC, which means the IFB plus IFC is equal to 3 times IFA 0 sequence. And according to the definition of double line to ground fault, the fault current is defined as it is IFB plus IFC, and in terms of sequence component we can say that is 3 times IFA 0 sequence. And if we substitute the value of IFB plus IFC in this equation of voltages, the voltage of phase B and phase C on bus K will become equal to 3 times ZF IFA 0 sequence. Next, let's see what is the relationship between the three sequence component of voltage at bus K. Here we can see in this equation the three sequence component of voltages at bus K is equal to matrix A inverse into the three phasor voltages. Instead of VKC, I have substituted VKB, because VKC is equal to VKB. Now from this matrix equation we can conclude that the positive sequence voltage and the negative sequence voltage will be equal, and that is equal to 1 by 3 VKA plus A square VKB. So by taking VKB common from these two terms, so we get this value. So now we had a relationship between positive sequence and negative sequence voltage at bus K. Positive and negative are equal. Next we want to see what is the relation of zero sequence with positive sequence and negative sequence. From the above equation we can write it as 3 times of VK zero sequence is equal to phase A voltage of bus K plus 2 times phase B voltage of bus K. Now if we substitute the value of sequence component of voltage of phase A and voltage of phase B here on the right side of this equation, that will become, in place of phase A voltage of bus K, I had substituted its 3 sequence components plus 2 times VKB. Here we have written that VKB is equal to 3 times ZF IFA zero sequence. Let's substitute this value instead of VKB in place of VKB. Now collecting zero sequence terms on one side of the equation and substituting VKA positive sequence equal to VKA negative sequence that we have seen over here. So this will become phase A positive sequence voltage is equal to phase A zero sequence voltage minus 3 ZF IFA zero sequence. So here 1 VK zero sequence will cancel out with this one. This will become 2 VK. Bring this term on the other side, that will become 6 ZF IFA zero sequence, and by adding these two that will become 2 VK positive sequence because these two are equal. So that 2 will be common from all the terms. So if we divide the equation with 2, this is the final form of the equation. Positive sequence voltage is equal to zero sequence minus this voltage drop across ZF due to IFA zero sequence. Now these two are the voltage characteristic equation in terms of sequence component, and here we have this one, the current equation. By keeping these 3 equations in view, now we can connect the Thevenin equivalent of sequence network together to satisfy these 3 equations simultaneously. Let's see how to connect them to get a Thevenin equivalent sequence circuit for double line to ground fault. Now we are going to connect 3 Thevenin sequence circuits together to satisfy these 2 equations. First equation in terms of current, the sum of 3 sequence components must be equal to 0, and second is positive and negative sequence voltage are equal and equal to 0 sequence minus this voltage drop. So the first part of the second equation that suggests that positive sequence and negative sequence must be connected in parallel, and the second part of the second equation that suggests that the 0 sequence in series with this impedance 3 ZF that will be in parallel with these two. Here is the Thevenin equivalent sequence circuit for the double line to ground fault, which will satisfy these two characterizing equations simultaneously. Now from this parallel connection of positive sequence and negative sequence Thevenin circuits, we can see here it satisfies this portion. VK positive sequence is equal to VK negative sequence. These two are connected in parallel, so this voltage VK positive and VK negative are equal, and that is equal to VK zero sequence. So here we have the VK zero sequence minus this voltage drop across 3 ZF due to current IFS zero sequence. So this is that voltage drop. If we subtract this voltage drop from VK zero sequence, that will become equal to VK positive and VK negative. So it means the voltage equation is satisfied by connecting these 3 sequence equivalent circuit together, positive and negative directly to each other, and zero sequence is connected across them through this impedance 3 ZF. Next, if we have the voltage fault in the system, ZF will become 0, then the 3 sequence component of the voltage at bus K will become equal, and these 3 circuits will be connected in parallel. Next is the sum of 3 sequence components is equal to 0. If we look at this node, from here we have the current IFA positive sequence this is IFA negative sequence, and this current is IFA 0 sequence. So these three currents are meeting at a point. According to the KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, the algebraic sum of all the currents meeting at a point is equal to 0. So that will be 0. It means these two equation has been simultaneously satisfied by connecting the Thevenin equivalent circuit of positive, negative and 0 sequence networks in this manner. Now we can use this circuit to write an equation to find out the three sequence currents, because once we had the three sequence component of fault current, we can perform all other calculations for voltages and currents. We can see here the positive sequence component of fault current, this one, is equal to Vf pre-fault voltage divided by the equivalent impedance of the network. The equivalent impedance of the network will be ZKK positive sequence impedance in series with the parallel combination of these two branches. So we can write it as Vf divided by positive sequence impedance in series, the parallel combination of these two branches. So 0 sequence branch has 3 ZF in series with 0 sequence impedance. So this is the parallel combination of these two branches. So after calculating IF positive sequence, the IF negative sequence and IF 0 sequence can be calculated by using current division rule. So for the calculation of fault current, we know that fault current in case of double line to ground fault is equal to IFB plus IFC, which is equal to 3 times IFA 0 sequence. This equation, IF is equal to IFB plus IFC is equal to 3 times IFA 0 sequence. So if we are interested to calculate fault current directly, we can find out the 0 sequence current. After this step, I0 sequence will be IFA 0 sequence can be calculated by using current division rule. Here we have divided IFA positive sequence into two branches. So current which is passing through this 0 sequence branch is equal to negative sequence impedance divided by the total impedance of these two branches. So here you can see we had multiplied this formula. In addition to this factor, we had another factor, that is minus. Why we are multiplying it with minus? Look here, if we don't use this minus, it will give us a current which is flowing in this direction into the 0 sequence network. But according to the definition, IFA 0 sequence is one that is flowing out of the 0 sequence. That's why a negative sign is required to calculate current in this direction. Once we had the value of IFA 0 sequence that we have calculated from IFA positive sequence, IFA negative sequence can be calculated by using this equation. Sum of three currents will be equal to 0. So IFA negative sequence will be minus IFA positive plus IFA 0 sequence. Let me write that formula over here. IFA negative sequence is equal to minus IFA positive plus IFA 0 sequence. So remember, we can also write a similar equation as we have written for 0 sequence to calculate negative sequence current. The only difference will be, instead of this impedance ZKK negative sequence in the numerator, we will have to write ZKK 0 sequence plus 3 times ZF. So that is also according to current division rule. So it is up to you which formula you can use easily to find out the three sequence component of fault current. So once we had the three sequence component of fault current itself will be equal to IF is equal to 3 times IFA 0 sequence. Now we will solve an example related to double line to ground fault. Example number 2. Single line diagram of the system is given over here. This is same system that we had used for the analysis of single line to ground fault, but this time, to add complexity to the problem, the power rating of different components are different from 100 MVA and different from each other as well. So for generator 1, it is given that it is rated at 50 MVA, transformer T1 60 MVA, transmission line, its reactances are calculated based upon 220 kilovolt and 100 MVA. So it is given in the statement. So transformer T2, its power rating is 150 MVA and generator 2 is rated at 80 MVA. And all these reactances of generators and transformers are given based upon their own rating. So it means the x1, x2, x0 and xn. For generator 1 is based upon 50 MVA and its system voltage 20. Similarly, the reactances for generator 2 are based upon 80 MVA and 13.8 kV, and T1 is based upon 60 MVA, T2 is based upon 150 MVA. Statement of the problem is: draw a positive, negative and zero sequence network of this system. Find fault current for voltage double line to ground fault at bus number 2. Assume system is unloaded and Vf is equal to 1 per unit. The first step is convert all the reactances of generators and transformer to a common base of 100 MVA and system voltage. For generator G1, sub-transient reactance of the generator, that was 20%, multiplied by the new base MVA, our old base, that was the power rating of the generator, and result is J0.4 per unit. Similarly, zero sequence reactance, that was J0.04 into 100 divided by 50, that is equal to J0.08 per unit. And finally, the grounding reactance Xn for the generator was equal to 5% multiplied by 100 over 50, that is equal to J0.1 per unit. For generator 2, sub-transient reactance, that was equal to 15% multiplied by the new MVA base divided by the old base, that was the 80 MVA, and result is J0.1875 per unit. Similarly, zero sequence reactance on new base value is equal to J0.0625 per unit, and grounding reactance will also be equal to the same value. Transformer T1 series reactance converted to the new base, that is J0.133 per unit. Similarly, for transformer T2, its series reactance will be equal to J0.0667 per unit. Now we had converted all the reactances from their old base to the new common base of 100 MVA and system voltage. Next, we are going to develop the 3 sequence networks for this single line diagram of the network. Starting from the positive sequence, these are the 3 sequence network for the given system. Positive, negative and zero sequence impedances have been shown on the diagram. Now this is 3 times zero sequence grounding impedance, this is 3 times zero sequence grounding impedance. All other values are as given on the previous page. Here these values has been substituted in this diagram. Now for the fault analysis, we can develop the 3 sequence impedance matrices: positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence. So for that purpose, first we will have to develop the Y bus, and then we invert the Y bus to get the Z bus. So for such a simple circuit, we have only a single loop circuit. Instead of developing the Z bus, we can also perform the short circuit analysis by just using the simple circuit analysis techniques. We know that for the double line to ground fault analysis at bus number 2, we need Z Thevenin between bus 2 and reference, which could be calculated from this simple circuit. For example, the Z Thevenin in positive sequence, that will be Z22, is actually the impedance between this bus number 2 and the reference, and that will be equal to the impedance between bus 2 and reference in negative sequence, and here we will calculate this value separately. Let's do the calculation over here. So if we short circuit these two sources so that we have only a passive circuit, then the series combination of these 3 reactances in parallel with the series combination of these two will be equal to Z22. By calculating Z22, we get the result as J0.2299 per unit. Same is the case for negative sequence network, no need to do it again. Just write the result directly here, J0.2299 per unit. Now for zero sequence, So Thevenin impedance between bus 2 and reference ground will be the series combination of these two reactances in parallel series combination of these three reactances. So that value when calculated is equal to J 0.2693 per unit. Part 2 of this question was calculate the fault current if fault occurs on bus number 2 through zero impedance. So type of fault was double line to ground. Double line to ground fault on bus number 2. Let's draw its sequence equivalent circuit. This is the sequence equivalent circuit for double line to ground fault on bus number 2. So IFA positive sequence is equal to pre-fault voltage divided by the series combination of this positive sequence impedance with the parallel combination of negative and zero sequence. Positive sequence reactance plus negative sequence reactance into zero sequence divided by negative sequence plus zero sequence. That is a parallel combination of negative and zero sequence reactances. So result of this calculation will be minus J 2.8255 per unit. This is positive sequence component of the fault current. Next is zero sequence component of fault current can be calculated by using current division rule. According to that, minus the negative sequence reactance divided by negative sequence reactance plus zero sequence reactance into positive sequence fault current component into positive sequence component of fault current. So IFA zero sequence is equal to J 1.30124. Now after calculating zero sequence component of fault current in case of double line to ground fault, we can calculate the fault current directly from here. According to definition of double line to ground fault, the fault current will be equal to 3 times IFA zero sequence. Now if we multiply this per unit current with the base value of current, we get 1024.45 ampere. To calculate the voltage on other buses, we need the Z bus, but the voltage on the faulty bus can be calculated without Z bus. For example, you are asked to calculate during fault voltage in sequence as well as in phasor form on bus number 2 at which fault has occurred. So from this equivalent circuit, we can calculate positive sequence component, negative sequence and zero sequence component of voltage at bus 2 by using this circuit as well. So this positive sequence component will be equal to this source voltage minus voltage drop across this reactance due to IFA positive sequence. So that will be equal to positive sequence voltage at bus 2. Then the negative sequence, we know that positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence are equal. Once we had calculated one positive sequence voltage, that can be used to calculate the remaining two because all the three components are equal. So in this way we have the three sequence component of voltages and then we can convert them into phasor value of voltages. And if the Z bus of positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence networks is provided, then we can calculate the voltage on any bus by using the same procedure that we have used for the single line to ground fault analysis. I have done a detailed example over there. So procedure will be same. So only difference in the analysis of these three different types of fault is the calculation of the three sequence component of fault current and then calculating the fault current, because definition of fault current is different for all three unsymmetrical faults. So here I summarize the result of three unsymmetrical faults over here. First thing is sequence characteristic equation. We compare it for three unsymmetrical faults: single line to line to line and double line to ground fault. For single line to ground fault, IFA zero sequence is equal to IFA positive sequence is equal to IFA negative sequence. Zero sequence voltage plus positive sequence voltage plus negative sequence voltage is equal to 3 times ZF IFA zero sequence. Similarly for line to line fault, IFA zero sequence is 0 and IFA positive sequence is equal to minus IFA negative sequence. And similarly for voltages, zero sequence voltage is equal to 0 as zero sequence network is not involved in line to line fault, and Vk positive sequence minus Vk negative sequence is equal to voltage drop across fault impedance due to current IFA positive sequence. If fault is bolted, then positive sequence and negative sequence voltage will become equal. And now for double line to ground fault, sum of three sequence current is equal to 0. Further, positive sequence voltage is equal to negative sequence voltage. It means positive sequence and negative sequence Thevenin circuits are connected in parallel, and that is equal to zero sequence voltage on the faulty bus minus 3 times ZFIF zero sequence. So again, if double line to ground fault occurs through zero impedance, mean fault is bolted, then the three sequence component of voltage will become equal, mean so all the three sequence circuits are connected in parallel. Now we draw the sequence equivalent circuit for these three faults. For single line to ground fault, three sequence circuits are connected in series to make a equivalent circuit for single line to ground fault. So in this available space only I can draw the shape of that circuit. I cannot further mention anything on that circuit. You can consult the previous lecture for the equivalent circuit for single line to ground fault. Similarly, for line to line fault, so this is the sequence equivalent circuit for a line to line fault where two positive and negative are connected in parallel through impedance ZF. Now for double line to ground fault, this is the sequence equivalent circuit for double line to ground fault. Now here I want to mention, if we compare these three circuits in case of single line to ground fault and double line to ground fault, if fault impedance is involved, that will appear as 3 times its value in their sequence equivalent circuit, which can be seen over here as well as over here. But in case of a line to line fault and even in three phase fault, that fault impedance only appear once in their sequence equivalent circuits. Now here I will write the three equations according to the definition of fault current in these three faults. As per the definition of single line to ground fault, fault current is phase A current, and in terms of sequence component, fault current is 3 times zero sequence current. And in case of line to line fault, as per its definition, fault current is phase B current, or it is equal to minus phase C current. So this is the fault current. And in terms of sequence component, fault current is A square minus A into IFA positive sequence, or we can write it as minus J under root 3 times IFA positive sequence. So in case of double line to ground fault, the definition of fault current is IF is equal to the sum of phase B and C current, IFB plus IFC, and in terms of sequence component, IF is equal to 3 times IFA zero sequence. So here I had summarized the characteristic equations, the sequence equivalent circuit, and definition of fault current for three unsymmetrical faults. So this is end of the lecture. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.